my guitars. I've made loads of tenor guitars this year. Long ones, short ones. Drellart topped, cedar topped, spruce topped, Terrified Sitka topped, cylinder topped, flat topped. I've made loads of different variations. It's been fascinating. And I get asked questions, what's the difference between this and that? And the commonest this and that is, what's the difference between a long scale and a short scale? And the worry often is, will I lose power? It's a no is the short answer. If you're comparing it to what's available in the tenor guitar market, most of what's available in the tenor guitar market is crap. Let's be honest. It really is. So it makes no odds whether it's a long scale or a short scale. It's not going to be very good. But it's the type of thing people think about. But if I can answer it, it's like this. Basically, you get your string gauges right according to your scale. So if you're looking at, say, you got 4 strings, you want, let's say, £25 per string. That makes no difference what the scale is. That's the type of pull I'm looking for on the soundboard, and I build the soundboard for that amount of pull. So if it's a long scale, like a plectrum guitar scale, basically, which is a 26 inch scale, you'd be looking at a set of 12s for a G, D, A, E tuning, which is the commonest tuning my customers use. If you were down to the 22 inch scale, you'd be using a set of something starting with 13s. It's as simple as that, really. As long as you get your string gauges right, no, you won't lose power with one of my guitars. But is there any difference, any less sonic difference between a long scale and a short scale tenor guitar of mine? And I think there is. I think I haven't made a few this year. I would say the shorter scale ones tend to have the same power as a long scale instrument, but they have slightly more resonance and slightly less sustain. That's probably the best way of putting it. It's when I mean resonance, I mean that nice echo. So the initial note dies quicker, but you get this lovely sound surrounding it. Whereas with more sustain, you get less of that echo around it, and the fundamental note carries on longer. That's the other thing, is the tunings thing. For all I call these tenor guitars, no one asks us to build them an instrument designed for traditional tenor guitar tuning. Nearly everyone's asking us for G, D, A, E or G, D, A, D, which is your tunings for Irish music, Scottish music, English, American. If you're playing with other people, if you're playing with fiddles, it's a great tuning. And you can go on that long scale or the short scale. Is there another difference? It's not so much of a sonic difference, though it can have an effect. The shorter scale is very handy if you're a tune player. If you're playing along with the fiddles, that shorter scale is good because you're not jumping as far. And it's much nicer to hear something played cleanly and well on a shorter scale than it is to hear the same person struggle on a longer scale and fluff a few notes. So if you're a tune player, I would certainly recommend the shorter scale. If you're a chord player, you can go for either, but there's certainly nothing to be lost from having that long scale. Like, I mean, it does make you. One of the things, sustain. People like the idea of sustain. Oh, listen to the sustain, it rings, whatever, and all of that. But if you're playing Irish music, you're probably going to be playing drum rhythms. Was it Bowran or Baran, whatever you call it? You're playing them rhythms. You're doing all that on the guitar, on the tenor guitar, on the bouzouki, whatever it is. Sustain actually it's not even relevant because you're constantly dampening, constantly moving. So what you should really be thinking about is the power and is the resonance. I'll talk about the design because I've done a few tenor guitar videos there with Tom Kimber playing, but none about with me talking about how I came up with the design. I can't even remember why I even looked at the tenor guitar, because it's a very tiny corner of the musical world, you know. But I've always been aware that most tenor guitars really are rubbish. The Martin ones and the Gibson ones, great, they make great guitars, but I've always been disappointed by the tenor guitars they make, so it's not, I knew it wasn't going to be hard to make the best one. There's not much competition out there. And what was I doing? I was looking at the guitar bouzouki design that I have, which is actually this shape with the cylinder top, usually with a spruce top and rosewood back and sides, and they've been really successful. And I thought, well, if I flatten the top and make it 4 strings, take 4 strings away, put a banjo head on it, you've got a really good tenor guitar. The basis of a really good tenor guitar. Pretty much everything else stayed the same. The actual structure. What I have done, of course, is change the materials to actually make it more cost effective, to make it more affordable. So you've got mahogany back and sides, and the neck's mahogany too. The fingerboard on this one's Rocklight. I was going to put ebony on for the lad, but I keep thinking with all this sight stuff, and at some point you're going to get pulled up by customs and ebony will be a problem, you know. So I put Rocklight on for him. The bridge is fruitwood. Again, you could use ebony, but it would be heavier and that would probably make it quieter. Bone for the saddle, for the knot. The tuners are Waverley tuners. They're the Waverley banjo tuners. They're the best you can get. It's there's no point in compromising with cheap banjo tuners because they're rubbish. The finish on this instrument it's a really nice satin finish. It's I wouldn't say these guitars are cheap. Of course they're not. But for one of my instruments, they're very cheap. They are. They're almost half the price of one of me fancier bits of work. So that's how I came up with the design. Basically, it was based upon my guitar bouzouki design, and I really like it. So I'm going to play a bit for you. I haven't been practicing my Boney M tunes as much as I should have been, but we'll give it a go. I really like them. That's Cliff Richard. They just come from I don't know where these tunes. write themselves.